Alright, what is going on, my dude? So we are back here with some more buffed Mr. Fantastic gameplay, and in fact, today we're going in to the Abyss with absolutely zero synergies here for this guy. We showed some gameplay with the full Fantastic Four synergy and the Council of Reed synergy and whatnot. He does really well, but I was interested to see how he does on his own, and he does really well on his own nowadays too. I was just in the Abyss making my Shang-Chi video where he was doing Luke Cage, and then I was going through, I was like, who else is coming up next? Let's see what we can do, because I used Mr. Fantastic for Darkhawk to get through Darkhawk, right? Which, by the way, is so much easier now after the buff, but we came across Old Man Logan here, and Old Man Logan has that consistent regeneration here. As you can see, he's regenerating 2100 per second, or per tick, so pretty much 4000 per second. So what we want to do here is just get off, you know, 2 special 2s. Once we have the pre-fights active, we have Despair going. We're going to start, like, reversing his regeneration like crazy, okay? So here we go. We're going to have to get off the special 2. Now we have 3 more debuffs on the opponent, and we have 2 stacks of Petrify. So with the 6-star Mr. Fantastic here, keep in mind we don't have Suicide on as well for this fight, but I believe each one of those Petrifies is 40%, and plus if you go ahead and add Despair in, you're going to be, at this point, reversing healing. So as you can see, those red numbers are really sweet. There's so much less stress in keeping those debuffs up, because they used to be, like, lasting for, like, what, I think 11 or 12 seconds. Now they're, like, 15 seconds. So it used to be, like, you have to parry heavy over and over. But now I feel like very safe, just like go and you know, kind of do like actual like combos and whatnot, and I don't really have to feel like I always have to consistently parry heavy. I can knock them down with special attacks if I want to, but as you can see, he's just draining here, and if we had the full Fantastic Four synergy, we would be draining even faster. But Mr. Fantastic is definitely a very decent champion now on his own. He's slaying through multiple Abyss fights now, like Abyss Darkhawk, he does really well on his own. Abyss Old Man Logan, he does really well on his own. He's doing very good here. Very impressive stuff. As you can see, Old Man Logan is already down to under 70% health. He could have done this fight prior to the buff as well, but nowadays he can do it, you know, even faster. I did go for the special one there out of habit of having the unblockable special attacks. Keep in mind that when you do activate the pre-fights, you do not have the unblockable special attacks, but we're going for the special one here to add even more debuffs on the opponent, and as you can see, Old Man Logan is now almost at 50% health at this point. So we're just completely rolling along through this guy here. It's very satisfying when you're able to just consistently counter with that heavy attack. I think a very important thing to note here is that we are in the Abyss of Legends, and we have over 90% of our health still, which is really good. It's very good, man. That Mr. Fantastic can now solo 2 fights on this path, okay? This is the same path with Darkhawk. So Darkhawk, Old Man Logan, he could solo both of those champions. I believe there might also be another Darkhawk on this path as well. There's a Darkhawk somewhere along, another one in the Abyss. So Mr. Fantastic would be really good for that guy as well. Mr. Fantastic is arguably the easiest option to solo Abyss Darkhawk. You know, Torch is really good to solo him. Magneto is really good to solo him. Void can potentially do it, I think, as well. But Mr. Fantastic, it's such a breeze. Mr. Fantastic is such a breeze to solo Old Man Logan as well. You hardly have to do anything. He pretty much lets all of his utility do the work for him. Now we have the Passive Fury from the Special 3. It's a nice potent 30% Passive Fury. As you can see, that was a 9k medium attack when we don't even have Suicides on. We don't have the full Fantastic Four synergy or the Council of Reeds, and we're just completely ripping through this Old Man Logan here like it's absolutely nothing. All right, we're only a little over 100 hits in, and Old Man Logan is basically just about dead at this point. Once we get that first passive Careful Study on the opponent, we really don't have to worry about doing parry heavy at all, because we can just continually knock the opponent down with the special attacks if we want to, almost every single combo. So we're finally in that second set of charges here, but Old Man Logan is just about to be flushed down the toilet, and we're still above 90% health, which is just incredibly impressive for an Abyss solo here. And yeah, that's pretty much going to be it, man. This guy is feeling really smooth after the buff, and this should just about finish him off here. There's lots of potential with Mr. Fantastic, I think, and I feel like in the future he's going to be a very useful champion to have as well. So I'm feeling very lucky to have this guy duped as a 6-star. I am highly considering taking him up to rank 3, but personally, you know, talk about my account for a second, I now have Immortal Abomination and Spider-Ham both at 6-star rank 2, and they're both going going to be going to rank 3, and I have 3 Science T5CC catalysts, so now I'm going to have to decide between Mr. Fantastic, who I have duped, Red Guardian, who I have duped, Red Hulk, who's unduped, even OG Abomination, who's unduped, or sticking around and waiting for my duped Miles Morales when that buff comes around, or if Ant-Man ends up getting the buff as well, I have him as a 6-star now too. So there are definitely some decisions to be made, but 2 of those catalysts are reserved for Immortal Abomination and Spider-Ham, so I essentially have 1 more. But Mr. Fantastic being duped and being such an MVP for so many interesting fights and content like Abyss, and with that kind of content coming out in the future, it definitely makes him a really good option, I think. But anyway, my dudes, that's going to be it for this quick showcase video on Mr. Fantastic. I will have 1 more Abyss video coming out with this guy. It's not going to be a solo, but it's going to be a very impressive fight for everybody who knows, like, you know, how the Abyss works and what you need for certain paths. But we'll get to that when we get there. But anyway, for this video, that's going to be it. I do hope you enjoyed it. Mr. Fantastic is a bit of a beast now, even without synergies. If you did enjoy it, drop your boy a big old like. Comment what you think about the buff Mr. Fantastic in the comment section below, and make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future buffed gameplay coming to you very, very soon. I'll be seeing you around.